You know, this was probably the Dallas Stars' best effort at 5-on-5 in the entire postseason, and the Oilers still dismantled them by a score of 6-1. Now, when I say dismantle, I don't mean that in disrespect to the Dallas Stars or Stars fans. But what I am saying is the Oilers winning 6-1 off of an effort that Dallas gave the Oilers. Dallas controlled so many aspects of this game, and I just realized victory chain. Hold on. I got it. Don't worry, folks. Does not count. I'm not gifting any memberships for almost forgetting. I did wear it after the game ended. But for the Dallas Stars, they absolutely hounded the Edmonton Oilers for a majority of this game. And Stuart Skinner, the guy that I have on my desk, that I've had on my desk all playoffs, even when I had my crash outs. I had a crash out after game 2 against LA. I had a crash out after game 3 against Vegas. Don't I look like a moron, a reactionary idiot for ever doubting this guy? Now, I know the series, there's still a lot of hockey to play here, but the Oilers would not have won this game without the heroics of Stuart Skinner. And I'm calling it heroics. It absolutely was a heroic, Herculean effort, especially in that second for Stuart Skinner. The Oilers, they were on their heels. They were outshot 21-7 in that second period. And Stuart Skinner, yes, gave up a goal. Did not realize it was tipped, though. I thought that was Lucas Bischel's goal, but I guess Robertson got credit for it. Did not know that there was a tip. The Oilers come out on top in what was an entertaining game, a higher scoring game than I thought was going to be, even though I predicted 5-3 Edmonton, which would have been an 8-goal game. It was 6-1 for the Oilers. Did not expect Stu to play the way he did, and obviously he has found a way to just lock in. He has been dialed in since game 3 against the Golden Knights, and even that game against Vegas, he wasn't even that bad. I had to crash out because of that late goal against. That was more on me than on Stu in terms of my reaction to it. Stuart Skinner is he is rewriting the narrative right now. He is flipping the narrative on who he is, what he's capable of, and if he can get the job done. They needed him tonight. Well, I guess this afternoon. They needed him this afternoon. Matinee game in Edmonton. Sometimes you just don't know how these games are going to go. Obviously, the offense was there. I would consider the Oilers opportunistic today. The Oilers were opportunistic in their looks. They were opportunistic in their goals that they scored. We're going to go through the edge visualizer for the 6 Oilers goals. We will go over the Money Puck Advanced Analytics just to take a look at how this game shaked out. I thought the Oilers played a very, very good third period, a textbook defensive third period. They didn't really allow Dallas any good looks in that third period, and when they did have looks, Stuart Skinner was there. Skinner was there, and of course, I will talk about the Connor Brown injury or potential injury. Bischel hit him up high. Sorry, not Bischel. Petrovic hit him up high. Listen, I get Petrovic and Bischel mixed up all the time because they're both big bodies that can, destroy you into the glass. I looked after that. I looked at the replay of the Petrovic hit on Connor Brown. Number one, it was interference. Absolutely. Should have been called interference. Connor Brown never touched the puck when the Oilers were trying to clear it out of the zone before Dallas scored. Number one, that's interference. Number two, do I think there was malicious intent? Do I think point of contact was the head? No. I broke that play down during the intermission on the live stream, which, by the way, if you want to tune into live streams and you're not yet subscribed or you haven't hit that little bell to be notified every time I upload a video or go live, make sure you do that right now. Hit the like button as well. Thank you so much. Love all of you. I broke that play down during the second intermission, and it really did look like the one angle I saw, it looked like Petrovic hit Brown in the chest and the chin area kind of at the exact same time. I do think the chest was the point of contact. Do I think there will be supplemental discipline coming to Alex Petrovic? Absolutely not. I think that was a hard hit, not clean because it was interference, but there's not going to be supplementary discipline. Oh my God, can I speak? There's not going to be supplemental discipline on Alex Petrovic. I don't think it was an egregiously dirty play. I know Oilers fans, you want us to go after certain players. You want me to be on your side and have the pitchfork out. Not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think Petrovic was just laying the body. He was just doing what he thought he had to do. Connor Brown, the puck went by him, so Petrovic was thinking Brown was going to get to that puck. Brown didn't touch it. It is interference, right? I agree. It's interference. But at the same time, I don't think it was a maliciously dirty hit. I don't think Petrovic even gets fined. He does not get suspended. Hopefully, Connor Brown is okay. He did not return after that hit. I'm pretty sure the concussion spotters pulled him. If Connor Brown cannot go for Game 4, it's next man up, folks. They have lots of depth options to put in the lineup. They have Jeff Skinner. They have Victor Arvidsson. They have Max Jones. Very unlikely for Max Jones to play. They have Derek Ryan. The Oilers have depth options, whoever they want to insert into the lineup for Game 4 if Connor Brown can't go. I imagine they'll put Arvidsson in because I think Arvidsson you could put on the penalty kill. Of course, Connor Brown is one of Edmonton's main penalty killers, so they probably wouldn't put Jeff Skinner in, even though a lot of us would like to see Jeff. I would imagine Arvidsson will be the next man up. The Oilers have depth. They're getting goal scoring up and down the lineup. But tonight, the big story, not only was it Stuart Skinner, it was the Oilers' top guns. We are going to take a look at the box score. I will go over the edge visualizer for the Oilers' goals, and then we'll go through some of the advanced stats. And then at the end of the video, I will answer your questions and comments that you have been submitting on Twitter and the Discord. I see a couple tags here on the Discord. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter or if you want to join the Discord, links will be in the description of the video. For the Oilers, Zach Hyman was a +5 rating. He had 2 goals and 3 points. Nugent-Hopkins is a Dallas Stars killer. Now, Nuge went really hard into the boards tonight in the second period. He was taken hard by Bouchard, who didn't have a stick. Again, I don't think it was an egregious dirty play by Bouchard. I think he's just trying to lay the body. Nugent-Hopkins loses his balance. Maybe there's an argument that Bouchard took the leg out from Nuge, but I'm not really buying into that. I honestly think it's just bad luck. Nuge did go down the tunnel a couple times for Edmonton. He was okay. He did play the third period. 2 points for Evander Kane as well. 2 goals for McDavid. Draisaitl got himself on the board. Poor Connor Brown. He's the only guy with a -1 on the team tonight. And if we take a look at the defense, well, Evan Bouchard, 2 points +3. Evan Bouchard continues to just be an absolute rock for Edmonton. Pretty sure playoff Evan Bouchard might be the best player in the entire playoffs right now. Evan Bouchard, there's a case to be made that he is the best player for Edmonton so far in the postseason. Kulak +2, Stetcher +2 continues to just grind it out. Klingberg +1, Nurse and Wallman. Now, I thought Jake Wallman, to be fair here, I think Wallman probably had his worst game as an Oiler just in general. Not even the playoffs and regular season, but just ever. I think Wallman really did struggle, but Stuart Skinner, look at this, 33 saves on 34 shots, a .971 save percentage. The Oilers 1 for 3 on their power play. The Dallas Stars 0 for 2. The penalty kill came up clutch. The power play got a late one in the third. John Klingberg, you love to see Klingberg get his first goal of the series. I think that's his first goal of the playoffs as well. Hits, the Oilers out hit the Stars, block shots, more blocks, more giveaways. Dallas had more takeaways. The Oilers did not manage the puck well in this one. If we take a look at the plus-minus for the Stars, Granlund, Dadonov, Johnston, Marchment, all -2. Rantanen, Sagan, Robertson, Ben, -1. Robertson got a goal. Rantanen, an assist. But again, the Oilers are shutting down Dallas's top players. Dallas is due to break out, though. If Edmonton doesn't play better than they did today, moving forward, like Dallas is going to break through. They're eventually going to start scoring. But right now, the Oilers have their number. Lindell was a -3. Cody Ceci trying to defend a 3-on-1 against Bouchard, Nugent-Hopkins, and McDavid in that first period. Poor Ceci finished -2. Heiskanen -2. Harley -1. Bichel and Petrovic were an even 0. It's a tough night for the Stars on a night where I thought Dallas played well. I don't think the score truly reflects how this game was played and what the looks looked like. I thought Stuart Skinner basically stole this game for Edmonton until the Oilers broke through in the third. If we take a look at the shots on goal, 11-9 Edmonton after the first, 21-7 in the second. Dallas only converted on 1 goal on 21 shots in the second. And then if you look at the third period, the Oilers, textbook defense. They only gave up 4 shots that entire third period. They scored 3 goals on 6 shots themselves. Obviously, it's unsustainable. The Oilers are not going to score 6 goals every game, but they take one on home ice. Stuart Skinner helps them steal one, in my opinion. Oilers are up 2-1 in the series. Edge visualizer here. We'll take a look at Bouchard's opening goal for Edmonton. By the way, Stars fans, I know a lot of you tune in. By the way, thank you for tuning in if you do. You're probably mad at the first goal for one main reason being Brett Kulak shot the puck out of play. It was a clear delay of game penalty. Now, the officials and the linesmen, they got together, they discussed it, and they determined, no, it didn't go out cleanly, it deflected. That's not true. That puck was clearly out. And this is where refs deserve to have the opportunity to have an extra set of eyes to let them know if a puck did go out of play or not. Being an official in the NHL is difficult. I don't envy NHL refs. Yes, sometimes we get mad at them, and by sometimes I mean all the time. This was a missed call. As an Oilers fan, 100% missed call on Edmonton. It should have been a power play for Dallas, but the Oilers on that ensuing faceoff, this is literally the next faceoff after they determine not a penalty on the Oilers. Edmonton brings it up on the rush. Heiskanen, he loses it, comes to Nugent-Hopkins, and he'll spin away from trouble. And Bouchard with the one-timer, he shoots it past Jake Ottinger, who had a tough night in net for the Stars. I know the Oilers had some decent looks, but I think Ottinger probably wanted a couple more stops here. And then just 30 seconds later, Connor McDavid in a 3-on-1. The Stars get caught. Harley gets caught flat-footed against McDavid. And poor Cody Ceci, look at him, defending a 3-on-1. And Connor McDavid with Nugent-Hopkins on the 3-on-1. A little give and go. McDavid makes it 2-0. But don't worry. Jason Robertson, he makes it a 1-goal game in the second. Now, the Stars were pressing. This was Connor Brown's last shift of the period. They were pressing. Dallas pressing, puck behind the Oilers' net. It's picked up by Rantanen. He centers it out in front. He shoots it, and I did not realize that Robertson got a piece of that puck. I thought it beat Stuart Skinner clean through the 5-hole. Robertson got a piece. That made it a 1-goal game. But Connor McDavid, the Oilers were being hemmed in. They loaded up their top line. Leon, Connor, and Zach Hyman. McDavid plays it to Bouchard. Bouchard up the boards back to McDavid. Walks in, right circle, and he just roofs it over the blocker side of Jake Ottinger. And that gave the Oilers a big 3-1 lead. A lead that they probably really needed. If the third period had started 2-1, I think this game is a little bit different. I think it's played differently, and I do think Dallas finds a way to break through. But I think that goal specifically from Connor McDavid, his second of the game, I think that demoralized the Dallas Stars a little bit. I know Dallas still played hard in the third, but Zach Hyman, he made it a 4-1 game early in the third period. Nugent-Hopkins, the Oilers were hemmed in. What an outlet pass to Zach Hyman, past Petrovic, and Hyman, he just roofs it again over the blocker of Ottinger. Ottinger is leaky, high glove, high blocker. The Oilers have been targeting both sides since game one, and they have been finding success. It's very hard to beat Ottinger down low. It's hard to beat Ottinger when he can see a puck, and the Oilers have found a way to just tear him apart a little bit here. Tonight, I think the Oilers were a little bit lucky, and I think Jake Ottinger also had an off night. So Hyman with the breakaway goal, and then Zach Hyman, he got a second goal. What a play by Kane here. Kane chips the puck forward. Hyman grabs it, plays it back to Kane. There's a partial 2-on-1. Kane with a beautiful, beautiful saucer pass into an area where all Hyman has to do is just take his stick on the forehand. He just angles that blade just enough where that puck goes up again over the glove of Jake Ottinger. That made it 5-1 Edmonton. And then, of course, John Klingberg on the power play. I don't think the Oilers were really trying to press and score that much, but Draisaitl played it to Klingberg. He stepped around Blackwell, and then he just roofs it again. Glove side over Ottinger. Ottinger couldn't even see the puck, and Edmonton comes out on top 6-1. They are now up 2-1 in the series. They have maintained home ice advantage. Can they keep it? Can they win game 4? We'll find out, obviously, on Tuesday. But before then, let's answer some fan questions and comments, and then we will close things up here. If you're enjoying today's video, smash the like button. It goes a super long way in supporting the channel here. We are going to head to xortwitter.com, where I will answer some of your questions and comments. JH says, clinical game by the Oilers. They took their foot off the gas in the second period, but adjusted accordingly for the third. Skinner looked calm, collected, and he made some saves a lot of other goalies wouldn't have. Great effort by the boys in blue. I agree. I wouldn't say it was clinical where you want to repeat that type of performance at 5-on-5, but for the Oilers, especially that first period and the third period. So the Edmonton played a good 40 minutes. That 20 minutes in between, they got to clean up. right? I think we all agree the Oilers have to clean up, but when they had to lock it down defensively in the third period, that was clinical. That was textbook. I agree with that. Thank you, JH, for sending that in. Trent says 6 more. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great rest of your day as well, Trent, wherever you live. And anyone else watching at home, I know here in Alberta, it is very warm. It is very sunny where I am, and I am sweating like crazy. I do have a little air conditioning unit that I'm going to have on my desk in the future just to keep me cool. I get way too warm in my streaming room here. Thank you, Trent, as always. Nick sent in easily Stu's best game of the playoffs, which is hilarious considering he has 3 shutouts and Nuge officially owns the Stars. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins loves playing the Dallas Stars. Even going back to last year in the playoffs, Nugent-Hopkins finds a way to produce and be effective. Hopefully he is A-okay for Game 4 as well. Like I mentioned, he went hard into the boards in that second period. Nick, I agree. This was Stuart Skinner's best game of the entire postseason, better than the shutouts that he had against Vegas in games 4 and 5, better than the shutout in game 2, in my opinion. Stuart Skinner looks dialed in. He looks calm. He looks collected. And this Stu is very hard to beat. We saw that last year for stretches in the playoffs for Edmonton. I was hoping game 4 Stu was going to show up. Game 4 Stu did. Now we have actual game 4 coming up. So, we all know how Stu is in games 4 through 7 of a series. He has played very well in this series so far. The Oilers with the series lead, that is massive. Take advantage of home ice here. Get that win on Tuesday. Go up 3-1 and really put the pressure on Dallas. Tyler sent in, Dallas resorting to some dirty play since they can't compete 5-on-5. What a clinic by the boys. Now, I don't actually agree here, Tyler. Unfortunately, I think you want me to agree with you. I don't think Dallas was overly dirty. Obviously, they're playing hard. Maybe I'm too old school. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I look at the game at a different lens. I didn't think Dallas played dirty. I think they played hard playoff hockey, and they were trying to find emotion in their game because of how much Edmonton was beating them today. They were just trying to find something to gain some emotion. Pete DeBoer is probably all over them too. He's probably very unhappy. Again, the first period and third period, I would consider more of a clinic by Edmonton. That second period, little shaky. I appreciate your comment as always. Thank you so much, Tyler. D- says, feels good to be an Oilers fan. Listen, even during the highs and lows, it's always great to be an Oilers fan, especially everyone tuning in and supporting. You are all amazing. You allow me to do what I do, and I can't thank you enough. McJesus Save says, we got to send a message back in time to you before your Game 3 reaction from the Vegas series. Yeah, don't I look like an absolute idiot after Game 3 against Vegas? What a crash out that was. A little bit of an overreaction, but again, there's a lot of hockey to play. We're excited, but it's all business as usual. We'll enjoy the win tonight, but once tomorrow hits, we're just focusing on the next game at hand. Thank you, McJesus. And Historical Meme says, Stu Skinner shedding the questions permanently. Well, let's hope it stays permanent, obviously. And we'll take a look at a few questions from the Discord server. I'll scroll up a little bit. Jonathan says, huge game from Stu. McDavid, Nuge, Hyman played great. Terrible second period, but it doesn't matter. These guys understood they needed to lock in, and that's what matters. And then we have a post. Of course, people's names are protected because I'm in streamer mode. So if you see this from the Discord, obviously you know who you are. Hyman is a beast. Big Head Hockey tweeted out, playoff goals since 2022. Zach Hyman has 35 goals. Nylander, Matthews, and Marner combined have 37 goals scored. Zach Hyman just on his own has almost more goals scored than Nylander, Matthews, and Marner combined since the playoffs in 2022. Holy smokes. The Leafs could maybe use someone like Zach Hyman, huh? Love that, though, obviously. Z says, so I caught most of the first and most of the third. Looked like Dallas was turning into Carolina out there. Do we take it in 5 or 6? My series prediction was 6. I will stick with it. I think Dallas is going to adjust heavily for Game 4. And, if you're the Oilers, obviously Edmonton also has to adjust because that second period and the way they played 5-on-5 just wasn't quite good enough, in my personal opinion. Ren says, holy moly, this is a team of destiny. I never want to hear anything about the Oilers can't play matinees ever again. Again, it was shaky, but it's nice that they were able to flip the script for the matinee game. Happy for both Connor and Zach to score today. Leon didn't have a single shot on goal. No problem for this team. He did have an assist. I would have liked to see a little bit more effort from Leon. He did have an assist, though. Let's go Oilers. Oilers in 5. I hope so, Ren. Great comment. Thank you so much. I love the positivity. P says, do you think we can continue to shut down Mikko Rantanen like we did with Jack Eichel? Well, so far, Rantanen has 0 goals in this series. He has 2 assists in 3 games. He has 2 assists in his last, I think, 5 games total or 4 games. So Rantanen has cooled off. I think the Oilers have found a way to shut him down. He has had some looks. Stuart Skinner's been up to the task, but the defense, they are also committed to blocking shots, so that's good to see. Lucas sends in, it feels like this team realized they are good enough to be champions. I think this team is just, like I said, this is a team that it's all business here for the Oilers. It is a business-like attitude for Edmonton. We'll take a quick look at the advanced analytics, and then we will lock things down here and end the video on a good note. Expected goals in all situations tonight. Dallas with the edge, 3.09 to 2.27. If you look at that third period, though, look at Dallas. 1, 2, 3, 4 shot attempts in the last 15 minutes of the third period. The Oilers locked down in the third when they had to, and they broke the game open. If we take a look at the expected goals at 5-on-5, only a couple Oilers were above 50%. Frederick, Henrique, Bouchard finished right around 50%. Perry, though, had a great night for Edmonton. You love to see that. Poor Connor Brown, Janmark Kane. Of course, Kane had a couple points tonight, but that line, the Henrique Kane Brown line wasn't doing well. Brown, of course, got injured. Hopefully he's okay, and we see him back very soon. Obviously, they're going to have to make a couple lineup adjustments. And if we scroll down here, Jake Ottinger, a negative 3.73 goals saved above expected. Real tough night for Ottinger. He had a 75% save percentage. Oh, my goodness. 0.75. Jesus, that's a tough one. I expect Ottinger to bounce back strongly. And for the Oilers, time on ice leaders, Nurse, McDavid, Bouchard, that adds up. And if you look at Stuart Skinner, 2.09 goals saved above expected and a 972 save percentage. You love that from Stu. The team desperately needs their goaltender to show up sometimes. We know how good the Oilers are. I think Edmonton plays much better 5-on-5 in Game 4. I think a combination of the quick turnaround, the matinee, and Dallas's strong play really contributed to an effort where it looked like the Oilers struggled, and Dallas, despite their best effort, weren't able to break through more than once on Stuart Skinner. Hopefully, Edmonton can continue this trend. Hopefully, they can continue to put the puck in the net. They have found a way to break through on Ottinger. They have found a way to break through on the rush against the Dallas Stars. Dallas right now, they are reeling a little bit, but it is only a one-game series lead. The Oilers only have to win 2 more games out of the next 4 here, so hopefully Edmonton can get the job done. That is it from me. I hope you all enjoyed today's post-game fan reaction. I know my brain is kind of scattered after games, but that's why these are fan reactions. I'm usually just kind of jumbling and talking about different things. Stu Skinner, number 1 star. Number 2 star, I'm going to go with, let's go, Connor McDavid. He got that late goal at the end of the second. 3rd star, let's give it to Evan Bouchard, who continues to be an absolute warrior for Edmonton, continues to produce and, prevent that narrative of him being shaky defensively. Playoff Bouchard may be the best player in the playoffs. Just going to leave it on that. Let me know your thoughts on this game in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Tomorrow we will have a day after discussion. I cannot wait. And as always, tell someone that you love them. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go. Oilers, couple more wins to go. Lots of work to do. Let's keep our heads focused and on the task at hand, and we'll see you soon, Oil Country. Let's go.